Good morning. Today is the 10th of October, Wednesday, and I wanted to share with you what's going on in the skies right off the bat. Geoengineering, toxic, illegal geoengineering assault. 6 sick. Paradise Road. Pair of dice. Profoundly sick society. Yes, it's a profoundly sick society. And we're going to continue reading from Revelations this morning. And also, we're going to do the revealing the vision from the St. Paul section. I just had a little victory in the Amazon jungle. This guy, Victor, in there, I said to him, I asked him if he considers himself well-adjusted to this society, and he said, I would think so, and I gave him the lowdown, and I went and sat and ate my breakfast, and then he came over to me and asked me how one stops being well-adjusted to this sick society, and I referred him to Manly P. Hall and Krishnamurti. And it's funny because I got this when I first saw him, and the interaction. I thought that I didn't think it would go like that. I mean, I'm being surprised a lot lately. Pleasantly surprised. Base 6. Why are the majority down here in the 3, 6, 9 at this time? 3 plus 6 is 9. 3 plus 9 is 12, plus 6, 18. 6 plus 6 plus 6. This is the lower, and this is the upper of health. This is the lower of sickness, right? We start at 6 o'clock, the base 6, when we're born at 6, or sin, or sign, from the mother, matter, sickness, death, right? And then we go to our springtime at Aries. We arise to Aries. We arrive. We have our summer at Cancer, which would be the summit of our lives, the peak of our powers of youth, right? The fullness. Then we come down into the autumn at Libra, and then we come into the winter of our lives, and we D-I-E. 1, 2, 3. We're cut. And then what happens? Oh, the mystery. But this is the position of birth and death, 6, the base 6. So these Pharisees who are telling everyone, giving everyone the literal born in sin, and they're not telling you it's 6, and they're not telling you that the 12 houses of the zodiac, and the 12 months of the year, and the 12 hands of the clock, the 12 hours, Horus, holy Horus, right? They're not telling you any of that. They're withholding the key. This is the key to the map, the keys to the kingdom within. And unless you have that second birth not from a matter, but into spirit, up here and you go above the belt, this is the waistline. Let's go over unless you have that happen, you don't even know, you can't see the kingdom. Excuse me, you cannot see heaven and the head, and you don't have your fullness, your cerebrum, Sarah Abraham activated. It's dormant. You're dormant and dumb down here all the time. This is where the system cuts everyone off. So we can't graduate at 12 and move on. And so we no longer have a rebirth. See, if you stay at 6 and you don't ascend during your lifetime, you come right back to 6 again. And you're reborn. And this is what happens to the sun. This is why sun and sun, homophone, and soul, S-O-L and S-O-U-L. We are joined at the hip with El Sol, with the sun. These 12 constellations that the sun goes through, they're all in our bodies. All of them. Here is at 6 o'clock the feet, the fish, the fix of 6 at the feet. The shins are Aquarius, the shins, the sins, the kneecaps of Capricorn, the thighs of Sag of Taurus, Sagittarius, the sag going down, the sad sag, sacrifice. Then you get up to Libra and the hips. Then you get to the stomach of Virgo when you've crossed over. The only way to get over this hump here, to break on through into the higher heaven and the head and health, is through symbolically dying to your lower nature. It's having a symbolic death to your identification with your body and with your lusty loins and your desires and your drives, and coming up into the higher concerns of intelligence, care, and will, or will, care, intelligence. The stomach, the will, the guts, the heart of care, and the head of intelligence, which gives you the higher values, morality, ethics, and care for the other, concern beyond one's own basic needs. This synagogue of Satan, with their debt slavery, with their banking empire, is keeping all of the masses of man in the matrix. This is the matrix, and this is the real world. This is in Lost, this would be a day-to-day regular life of all the characters, and this is the island. Or this is Kansas, and this is Oz. Oz. All of the stories are here. The hero's journey. Joseph Campbell's work. God's Son is God's Son. God's Son is God's Son. The light of the world. God is light, and in it there is no darkness. The Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So these are the base 6 needs of carnality, survival, food, clothing, shelter, the lower 3 chakras from the waist down. And this is the upper 3. And if these are not taken care of, the basics, the support structure, you're not going to get here. You're not going to have this. You're not going to have a higher life, a spiritual life. Then you gotta, this is, taking the bull by the horns, steering the wheel, is you have to get into the command position. And you have to be an adult. You have to be grown up, mature. 99.9% of humanity's in the 666 beast mode. They're children their whole lives. They're desperate, dependent. They're going paycheck to paycheck around the rat wheel, never getting beyond the basic survival and into higher consciousness. This is what's going. This is the root, the core of the issue, where the crisis we're in collectively, the Christ crisis, is the failure and the inability of the masses to get up high into higher consciousness. This is how these elites, these fascistic, corporate oligarchs, dark occultists, run their show. This is their scheme, their pyramid scheme. This is their Plato's psychological operation of Plato's cave. They get the light Luciferian light bearers up top. They put the light through the film in the movie theater. They project the shadows of Shad, the devil, Shaddai, the shadow, onto the wall for the masses. And they keep them as bricks, dependent and desperate children at 6. All their lives in the cave, chained to the wall, unable to turn their heads, unable to have a 360 vision, unable to have a 24 up here. They're all into the 18 down below. Dark occultism. Freemasonry is being used by dark occultists. The black and the white, the black Siths of the Smiths. Darth Vader, the Siths, the Dark Father, is in control of this system. Till that's addressed, ain't a nothing changing. Keep tinkering around on the symptom level all you want. The symptoms. It's not gonna get the change that we need. Each individual has to take this process of growth and development of their own lives seriously, in their own bodies, in their own hearts, in their own souls. All of these, all of what's down here, this is all the mainstream materialist secular science is all in here. You know, reducing everything to the physical level, the base 6 of the 5 senses. It's just all carnality. You know, that's why we have evolution theory. It's a theory presented as a fact, because they only have this meat aspect below the belt. None of the higher. All of these, so the people who are presented on the television as being intelligent and experts are actually dim. They're not bright. They're not intelligent. They have no real intelligence, and whatever intelligence they do have, it's not yoked to the care of the heart and the will of the belly. They're not into the universal. Where's the this part? I'm gonna read this to you eventually, the whole thing. Maybe, or maybe parts of it, but this part here I wanted to just share this one paragraph to go along with what I'm talking about here. Oh, I didn't continue going with the, so you get the hips here, then you get Virgo, your virgin birth, you come into the solar plexus of Leo, where Neo is, and he's in Virgo as well, and then Trinity, the care of the sternum cancer, the center, the heart, and Gemini in the arms and the lungs, and then Morpheus, the head, with the cerebellum, Taurus, cerebellum, bullum, the language, Angus, and then you got Aries, the cerebrum, with the 2 brain hemispheres of Yang left, Yin right. Sarah, Abraham, Sarasvati, Brahma, intuition, logic. You need the whole thing to be holy. So I'm gonna end this video with this part here from nothing in this book is true, but it's exactly how things are. In the highest, this is on page 40, in the first chapter, I think, our history. In the highest aspects of life, there is unity consciousness. And in unity consciousness, there is no duality, no illusion. So see down here, this is all illusion, 666, 18. Up here is, this is division down here, separation. And this is unity. Wholeness, holiness, integration, integer, one. This is God, good. This is devil, shad, shadow, light, dark. Reality, illusion. All illusion down here. Ego, illusion. It is abundantly clear there is one spirit that moves through everything. And since the one spirit moves through everything, then everything is part of the whole. This is precisely why the Ascended Masters couldn't obliterate the Martians. Hare Krishna, aloha, namaste. Hallelujah.